So let me start by passing this out. The first thing we're going to make is a fresh pineapple Italian ice. And I picked it because it's just so simple, and I wanted everybody to see just how easy it is to make Italian ice. I'm going to use the CB350 here. So it's all put together, and I can take it apart for you later, but I'm going to start by sanitizing it, meaning I want to kill any bacteria that's in it from the last time I ran it a couple of days ago. So I'm going to use a commercial sanitizer. All sanitizers are designed to kill bacteria, and the simplest sanitizer in the world is a cup, not a cap, or excuse me, there, I just told it wrong. A cap full of Clorox bleach. Not a cup, but just a little cap. Little cap into per gallon of water, and if you're in the outback or down in jungle, any place extraordinary away from people, you can always use chlorine, Clorox bleach, to kill off bacteria. I use Sterashine, and I'm not here to promote people's products. I'm just trying to make life easier for everybody. The health department sees Sterashine, which is a chlorine-based product. They recognize it, and they go, oh, there's a good operation. They know to use Sterashine. So it just keeps the health department off your back. And if you read and follow the directions, it's really pretty simple. I'm really not great at reading and following directions, but I'm going to add a bit of this. And as you talk to health departments, they're all going to have different rules. Some are going to say, we want you to run it for a minute. Others say 2 minutes.
That's all you use? That's all you use?
That's all I use because I'm not using much water. And I'm doing the smaller machine.
Okay.
But read and follow the directions, and this will kill off any bacteria that's in the machine. Now, I have found that if you take the bucket and you rest it on the lip, it's going to tend to slosh over the sides anytime you're pouring anything. But if you raise it up a little bit, and I only have one working eye, so this is not that hard to do. So that the second that hits the stainless steel, it's going to be sanitized. But I'm still going to run it for 30 seconds or so. And I'm going to find out what's going on here. Did we not tighten this? Okay. That's all it was. We forgot to tighten the door. I'm going to hit the infinite overrun, pick a speed, any speed, and start. And now that's sloshing it around. When we make ice cream and ices today, you're going to see me then pour my product in, turn on the refrigeration switch, and the freezing process has started. When the ice cream is finished, or the ices, I'm going to turn off the refrigeration so it doesn't get colder, and I'm going to open the gate and take everything out at once. That's how we make ice cream. And the ice cream, the ices, they're thick, so it's going to flow out nicely. This is just water in here. If I forget to turn off the dasher or the beater and open this right now, it's going to be like Shamu the whale. The first front row is going to get soaked. So don't do it. All you have to do is turn it off and put a bucket under it. And this shelf is adjustable. You can set it for any size you want. And now I'm going to keep this bucket off to the side here because anything that's going to come in contact with the ice cream, spatulas, even my hands, can be, just dipped into this water, and now it's sanitary. The barrel on all the machines has a slight pitch forward to it. Even when the machine's perfectly level, the barrel has a slight tilt forward, so it's going to drain out completely, not leave any sanitizer behind. So I'll put that under here so I don't kick it. And now this is ready to make product. And so my recipe, which Jeff has already started on for me, is the 4 quarts of water.
I haven't started. Just got everything ready. 4 quarts of water, 2 pounds of sugar in here, 2.4 pounds of sugar, right?
Yes, okay. Yeah, 2 pounds, 4 ounces.
And you like to mix it in the water, of course.
Yeah. The reason I'm mixing it in the water is sugar is like sandpaper. it just is, until it dissolves, it's very, very gritty. So you're putting undue wear on the blades by doing that. So mix it in a bucket first, as opposed to the old timers who would just pour it in. And then a trick.
What?
Did I say old timer? And okay. Uh-oh, you're in trouble. A trick. This is pineapple chunks from the supermarket. And one thing I learned from Jeff making ice cream, he's taught me a lot.
One thing?
And there are others.
Okay.
And he started in the back row too. This empty head of mush, who has now turned into a world success. One thing he taught me is on certain flavors like M&Ms, the chunks of fruit. If I throw the chunks of fruit in, I know the Emery and Thompson's going to grind them up because they're soft. But by pureeing them first, it's going to grind it up even more, which is going to give me more surface area of pineapple, more flavor in the product. So let's grind that up. And again, we're not selling anything here today, but Jeff told me about these Ninja blenders. My wife has one of these $400 blenders for making smoothies, and she comes up with these really awful-looking green drinks, but they taste good. And power.
No, I'm ready. I'm just waiting for you to stop talking.
Oh, well, that'll never
Called
happen.
polite.
That won't happen. Go ahead. These things just $99 at Amazon, and they really just pulverize everything. The blades are razor sharp and extremely dangerous, but it does a great job. So that...
Both bags? Yeah, of course.
Yes? Okay.
Oh,
sure. So I'll pour the sugar water in. And it only took less than a minute to dissolve the sugar in the water. But even if there's a little stream of sugar left over, don't worry about it. A little stream of sugar compared to 2 pounds, it's nothing. Make sure the gate's closed. The last thing you did was let the water out of the machine. And so you didn't close the gate, and all of a sudden this product is going all over the floor. You're cursing me because the machine leaks, and it's because the gate was left open. So just close the gate and then pour in the sugar water. There are companies out there that will sell you what they call neutral Italian ice base. And what it is sugar and water and some chemicals to make it last forever. And they're shipping this across the country to you. So you're paying them to ship sugar and water across the United States. It's a little bit expensive. For what? We have tap water and we have sugar, so it makes it very easy. So I'm going to turn this on. Just going to put the lid on. I'm going to pick Italian ice off of my infinite overrun control. And unlike Jeff, who likes to stare at it for a while like this and talk, I want to get to business. I turn on the refrigeration right away, because if you understood physics, you would know that for the first 4.5 minutes, absolutely nothing is happening. The temperature is slowly dropping, and then all of a sudden it's going to snap, and it's going to start turning into ice. And then if I remember, I'm going to put the pineapple in. That's a lot of pineapple. Yeah.
Are we going squeeze cup on serving or bowls?
Bowls. We'll show them the squeeze cup. I'm not going to get all this in. So we're putting in more than what the recipe says. I got a complaint on the social media the other day, and it said that I'm terribly inconsistent. I have one formula and then I do something else during the class. Well, that's because Jeff is here to show you how to make ice cream. I'm here to show you how to experiment. That instead of, and I wish you all would buy a machine to experiment with for the next year. But the fact is, with the recipes out there and basic math of 4 pounds of sugar, 2 pounds of sugar and 4 quarts of water, you can make virtually anything. And then you will tweak it to your personal taste. You'll say, oh, Steve added not enough pineapple, or Steve added an ounce of vanilla, and I like 2 ounces of vanilla. I'm also going to add something that isn't on the recipe card, so if you want to add this, I like cream of coconut. I think it's great for everything. And the famous one is Coco Lopez. That's what's in all the bar drinks down in Key West, Florida. But this is something that I found at the store just called Real Gourmet Cream of Coconut. It's upside down, so you have to read it upside down. And I'm just going to pour half of this into it. And I am really full. I may have to take some out because we added so much liquid. There we go. And that's basically the whole formula right there. It's pretty easy. And then wait and see how delicious that is. Now, while that's running, and Jeff is counting spoons to make sure I didn't cheat him out of spoons, I want to tell you a little bit about Italian ice. I came up with an idea, how to sell Italian ice that's different and unique. I've been telling people about it for a year and a half. You might see me allude to it a little bit in the videos. But what happens is, no matter how good the economy is, money is tight. Banks aren't loaning money. It used to be you could walk into a bank and say, hey, I want to open up an ice cream parlor. Fine, we'll give you $100,000. Would you like a house with that too, a mortgage? And they'd give you anything you want. Now you walk in and say, can I borrow $10,000? And they look at you like, are you kidding? Only if it's in your checking account. So you're really on your own. We do have financing, but that's not my point here. The point is you want to get in at a low level and get making money. Many of my customers, the youngest ones, will spend 2 or 3 years thinking about it, experimenting with it, where Jeff and I are old school. We just say, just get into business. Start making some money. And so here's what happens. You go out and you buy a push cart. This is just a dipping cabinet, but I'll use it as a push cart. So you go out and you buy a push cart. First thing you should do when you call up and you say, I want to go into the Italian ice business, is I'm going to tell you, make a list of where you're going to sell it. You don't just open up a store and say, okay, I'm here, come find me. You say, where can I sell this product? So you start making a list and you say, listen, I've only got $10,000, $15,000 to do this, and the machine's going to take 10. You start making a list. Okay, we're here in Florida. Whether it was Florida or Texas, Louisiana, in the South, there are a lot of places that have fairs and festivals. There's rodeos, there's art festivals, there's all sorts of things going on. You make a list of those. You say, you know what, there's a ball field. I could sell this at the softball Little League. The police and fire have annual fairs. I could sell it there. So you make this list, and then you start working on it. You call up, say, how much to get into the rodeo in February. So right there, if the entry fee is $200, you're going to get X amount of people. If the entry fee is $700, you're going to get a heck of a lot more people. So save up and go for the $700, because you only have so many weekends to work. Don't waste it on a $200 entry fee place. Now you get there. You're in the park, let's say, and you've got your push cart, and people are coming up and they're buying ices for $2.50, $3, $1.50, whatever the price, and it's costing you 10 cents. People are going to come up and say, wow, gee, I wish I could do what you're doing. And the first pat answer that they give is, well, you can't. It's impossible. These recipes came from my great-great-grandfather from Genoa, Italy, when in fact they came from a Presbyterian from New Rochelle, New York, me. And so the first big lie is you can't do it because of the formula. The second big lie is actually the truth. Well, I bring mine down from Pennsylvania via Veneto, or Rosati in Philadelphia, or Little Jimmy in Jersey. And it costs me $80 a tub, $40 for the tub, $40 for the shipping. And there's a minimum order of $1,000. $1,000, you have to go out and rent freezer space, because it's going to be about half the size of this room for a $1,000 order. I don't have that kind of money. I don't know where I can rent space. So the third answer, and the right one that you should be giving, is you say, oh, you want to get into the ices business? Fine. You call me, here's my number, you call me on Tuesday, and you tell me I need a tub of lemon, and I need a tub of cherry, and I need a tub of mango. And I'll say, great, come pick it up Friday after 4 o'clock. All week long, I'm going to be making it on my CB350, spending long hours making all the volume I have, and you're going to come pick it up at 4 o'clock. I'm going to freeze it in a big freezer. There's a big freezer over there, or even a Sears chest freezer right there. That's what you start with. 10 below. I'm going to put the product in there at 10 below. You couldn't scoop it with a hammer and chisel. So you pull up, you've got your Toyota, and you've got your Igloo cooler in the back, and you're going to take 6 tubs of my ice, put them into those coolers, drive 10 miles to your house, 20 miles. Doesn't matter because it's frozen rock solid. And you're going to put it in your Sears chest freezer. And then this weekend, you're going to go out and sell my ice. I don't have a big ego, so I don't care if you call it Steve's ice or Jeff's ice, or you want to call it Frank's ice. It's your ice. You call it what you want. You advertise it. Now, from my standpoint, I've got your order. I made the ice, and you come, and it's cash. No credit cards, no checks, no broken promises, no net anything, no open accounts. Cash talks, the product walks. And you pay for all the tubs you want, and you take them home to your place. Now, bending the law a little bit, and I don't know how much of a bend it is Jeff walks up to me and he buys a lemon ice, and I hand it to him. That's a retail sale. I'm a retail establishment, even with a push cart. You walk up to me and you buy 6 tubs of lemon ice. You put them into your Igloo coolers in the back of your Lexus, and you drive them home to your garage where you're going to work it. I didn't deliver it. That's still a retail sale. So I've got a very simple business. Within less than a year, I can have 20 of you buying from me my ice. Just cash, take it, good luck, up to you to go sell it. What has happened in the past is I've got this push cart, and it's doing very well. I'm going to expand the business. I'm going to buy a second push cart. And so now I have to run 2 push carts for myself. I have to hire someone, and then I get a 3rd push cart and a 4th push cart. Now I'm not in the Italian ice business anymore. I'm in the push cart repair business, trying to keep my carts going. And my employees, hey boss, I know you said there were 96 portions in that tub, but I only got 54 portions today. He's leaning sideways because he's got all your money in his pocket because he's skimming it off the top. So that all disappears when you're just selling the product. And you're not running QuickBooks for 20 employees. You're not filling out a lot of government forms because you don't have any employees. And they're not your push carts. You showed the guy, hey, this is where I got my push cart. This is where you can go get one. Here's 3 different choices. And you're putting that person in business. So in a year, you've got 20 wholesale accounts. You're not Little Jimmy's. You don't have 5,000 accounts across the country. You're not sending tractor trailers down to Florida with the product. You're just having them come pick it up at your place. So you can grow this business. I guess almost finished.
Okay.
There's a millennial term. I'd have to ask Christy what it means because I don't know what it means. But they always say you're growing the business organically. Well, to me, it sounds like you're putting a head of lettuce in the lemon ice. But I'm not. You're growing the business slowly, methodically, and for very little money. Next thing you know, you've got 20 clients, and you're expanding into your own store, all from a push cart, instead of a 2nd push cart and a 3rd push cart. And there aren't any more weekends in the day just because you have more push carts. So it's a great way to grow. I guess
there.
I'll use these. Now, so you can see this. I'm going to check it, open and close it. I could pull it out right now. It's a little bit loose. I could pull it because I'm going to put it right in the freezer. I'm going to pull it just a little bit stiffer.
Yeah.
If you could just throw that out for me, please.
What did you just say?
If you please. The word please.
No, before that.
If.
No, never mind.
Yes. Mike, we have a question?
Yes. You were talking about selling it, wholesale to somebody so they could do their thing. Is there a range of what you would sell that for? Like, do you sell it in a 3-gallon tub, like an ice cream tub? that the
Oh,
size you
what
sell
size would I sell it in? No, I would only sell it in 3-gallon tubs. There's no reason to go smaller at this point for that market. He or she is going out with a push cart and scooping from there, and the 3-gallon tub is easy to scoop from. If I'm doing a restaurant, and we'll talk about this later, I'm going to use these because for the space of one tub, I can have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these in almost the same space. I'm giving the chef 6 flavors as opposed to 1. But yeah, the round tubs.
Not ready yet.
Not ready yet. Okay. We have the other thing about Italian ice is the higher the sugar content, the longer the freezing time.
Well,
Ice
not just
cream-
Italian ice, same thing.
all products. Ice cream takes about 8 minutes. Vanilla ice cream. Strawberry might take 9 or 10 because you're adding all those strawberries, which is sugar. Here we added almost 2 bags of pineapple, very sweet, so that extends the freezing time. That looks good. The master just turned off the switch. That's my cue to take it out. And watch this. Watch how fast that comes out. How much would I sell a 3-gallon tub for? Maybe $40 would be reasonable. Okay, that's one. I still have, well, we tout this, these are 6-quart pans. We tout this as a 6-quart finished product. So don't tell anybody that you're seeing this extra coming out. We don't want them to know that it actually makes more than 6 quarts.
And come up and get some ices.
Well, let me show it first. I'll just show you how nice this looks. Still got a little bit left in there. And the color comes from the fruit, not from anything added. If you want to be different, a purist, you could use, if you didn't like cane sugar, which is fine, you can use agave, which is what they make tequila from. That's cactus. You can use honey if you buy a good quality honey, not the stuff I buy. And so there are different sweeteners, but it's got to be a real sweetener. Splenda is not a sweetener. So that's what it looks like if you can see that. Say what?
I was looking at Jeff's
Oh.
chart.
No, we'll do it. So come on up and try this. And we'll both see if it's any good. I'll try it first and see if it kills me off.
How long did it actually take to make that? Just then?
10
I didn't
minutes.
time it, but probably about 15 minutes. Oh, that's good.
It's very good.
Wow.
And why do we note surprise in your voice?
Because I don't always make great products.
You're kidding.
Sometimes they're downright awful. Come up.
I'm not a big pineapple person.
Okay, well, I got to get her up, and you can try for the both of you.
Oh, you take some
Give her
out.
more.
That's right. 'Cause
She's a growing kid.
she's going to be eating a lot of stuff today.
Yeah, that's true. Now, if I was
What?
doing a production run, I would then go into a flavor similar to pineapple. Actually, I would have started with lemon, then gone to orange, then gone to cherry, grape, and then I would rinse out the machine. Just one quick rinse, 30 seconds, and then I would go into my pineapple. So you plan your. That's it. That was everyone. Okay. Not a pineapple person.
You don't know that.
Maybe he does. He had a bad experience in Hawaii.
Right.
Oh, okay.
I used to work for Maui Land and Prime.
Wow, we got to hear about this. So you're totally alien to
I used to be a
pineapple.
harvester. Wow.
For pineapple.
Yeah, so I
I would hate it
I would
too.
eat pineapple like for 2 years straight every day, and then just I'm done.
That'll do you. That's a very valid excuse.
Pineappleitis.
Pineapple.
Very good.
So I'm going to turn it over to Jeff now, and he's going to make something spectacular.
Okay.
Remember, he doesn't. Yes, question in the back.
How long does it stay good frozen?
To grow
How
them?
long can you?
Can you take that from me? How long does it stay good frozen?
How long does it take to get frozen?
No, how long does it stay good frozen?
Oh, good.
The shelf life of it, to maintain the flavor crystals.
If you keep it in a freezer at 10 degrees or so, it'll be good for a month.
Okay,
But you shouldn't have it for a month.
right.
Right. Why not? That's it. It's very refreshing early in the morning, isn't it? Little throat freeze, little brain freeze, right?